Hey everyone, I think we can all agree being a solopreneur, it's kind of like a 247 gig, right?
Oh,
You're the
yeah.
CEO and the marketing team and customer service and
All in one.
all rolled into one, yeah.
Yeah.
What if you could like offload some of those tasks though,
Right.
The one that keep you up working until like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
That's what we're diving into today, AI automation.
that's right. Hmm.
Kind of your secret weapon to scale your business without totally burning out, so.
Yeah, it's really interesting how accessible AI automation has become.
Okay.
It used to be something that only like big companies could really afford,
Right.
but now there's all these incredible tools that are available for,
Yeah.
solopreneurs just like you.
Awesome.
And we're talking about potentially saving 20 to 30% in operational costs annually.
Okay, 20 to 30% savings sounds amazing, but how does that actually work?
Right. So think about all those hours you spend on those repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like copying data between spreadsheets or scheduling social media posts or answering the same customer questions over and over and over.
Yeah.
What if you could just have a system that did that for you
Right.
accurately, tirelessly,
Yeah.
204/7?
Okay.
That's where AI automation comes in.
So it's like having an assistant who never sleeps.
It is. It's like having a tireless digital assistant. Yeah.
Okay, so instead of me like doing those tasks, I can focus on the stuff that actually moves the needle, like getting new clients,
Right.
developing new products. I like where this is going.
Exactly. You get to reclaim your time,
Gonna be
your brain power for the strategic, creative work that only you can do.
right.
Plus, you minimize errors and ensure things are done consistently, even when you're not around.
Okay.
It's a total win-win.
All right. I'm officially intrigued,
Okay.
but let's get specific. What kind of tools are we talking about?
Sure.
I've heard of things like Zapier, Make, ChatGPT,
Right.
and those CRM systems, but it honestly feels a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I totally get it. It can
Yeah.
seem like a whole new language,
Right.
But that's why we're here, to kind of break it down and
Yeah.
make it feel more manageable.
Awesome.
So we'll be diving into each of those tools.
Okay.
Zapier, Make, ChatGPT, Calendly combined with AI assistants, and popular CRMs like HubSpot and Pipedrive.
Okay.
And we'll look at how they can be used in very practical ways
Got it.
for solopreneurs.
Okay, so no computer science degree needed to follow along. That's a relief.
Absolutely not.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly AI automation? I mean, I get the general idea, but what's actually happening behind the scenes?
Sure. So at its core, AI automation uses algorithms to learn patterns in data and then perform tasks based on those patterns.
Okay.
So instead of you manually telling the computer every single step, it starts to understand what needs to be done
Right.
and when based on the data it's been given.
So it's like training a really smart digital employee,
Yeah,
but one that never takes coffee breaks or complains about the workload.
exactly. And the more data you feed it, the smarter it gets. It's constantly learning and improving its performance.
Okay, that makes sense, but how does this actually play out for a solopreneur?
Sure.
Can you give me a real-world example?
Absolutely. Let's say you're a digital marketer who relies on Facebook ads to generate leads.
Okay.
Every time someone fills out your lead form, you have to manually add their information to your spreadsheet,
Oh, yeah.
your email marketing platform, maybe even send them a personalized welcome message.
Right. A lot of clicks and potential for errors.
A lot of clicks and a lot of potential for errors, right?
Ugh. Tell me about it. I spend way too much time doing that kind of stuff.
Well, imagine this.
Okay.
You set up an automation that uses a tool like Zapier.
Okay.
When a new lead comes in, Zapier automatically sends that information to all right places.
Yeah.
Your spreadsheet, your email platform,
Right.
maybe even your project management tool, and triggers a personalized welcome email, all without you lifting a finger.
Okay. Now that is impressive. So I'm saving time. I'm reducing errors. I'm potentially even providing a better experience to my leads because they're getting that instant response.
Precisely, and that's just one simple example.
Oh, wow.
We'll be exploring much more complex workflows as
Okay.
we go deeper into each tool.
Awesome. But before we do, I have to ask, are there any downsides to all this automation?
Of course, like any powerful tool,
Yeah.
AI automation needs to be used thoughtfully.
Right.
One common mistake is automating a process that isn't well-defined or efficient to begin with.
Right.
You'll just end up automating a mess.
That's a good point. So garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why we'll also be discussing best practices for implementing AI automation in a way that truly benefits your business.
All right, I'm feeling way more confident about this already. So let's get into the tools, starting with Zapier.
Sure.
What's the deal with this one?
Zapier is a fantastic starting point for solopreneurs
Okay.
because it's incredibly user-friendly.
Right.
It works on a simple if this, then that logic,
Okay.
connecting different apps so they can talk to each other.
Okay, break that down for me. What kind of if this, then that scenarios are we talking about?
So think about the example we just discussed, the lead generation scenario.
Yeah.
If a new lead submits a form,
Right.
then Zapier will add their information to a spreadsheet, trigger an email, and so on.
Got it. So it's like setting up a chain reaction of actions, all triggered by a single event.
You got it.
Okay.
And the beauty of Zapier is that it integrates with thousands of apps.
Wow.
So the possibilities are almost endless.
Wow. Okay. I'm already starting to see how this could be a game changer. What about Make?
Okay.
How is that different from Zapier?
So Make is like Zapier's more powerful cousin,
Okay.
It's built for handling more complex workflows,
Right.
especially if you need to visually map out a series of actions and conditions.
Okay.
Think of it as the tool for those who want to dive a bit deeper into the automation rabbit hole.
So for someone just starting out, Zapier is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
But if I need to build like a more sophisticated system,
Right.
Make would be the next step.
Exactly. And don't worry, we'll be taking a closer look at both tools
Yeah.
and showing you how to get started with each one.
Awesome. Okay. Before we move on to the other tools,
Sure.
can we dive into a specific example of how Zapier could be used in a real-world workflow?
Of course. Remember how you mentioned spending a lot of time manually saving email attachments?
Yeah, that's a major time suck for me.
Oh, yeah.
I download them, rename them, file them away. It's
Right.
a whole thing.
Well, imagine this. You set up a Zap that automatically saves any email attachments you receive to a specific folder in your Google Drive.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
So no more downloading and renaming files one by one?
Exactly. And you can even take it a step further.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to be notified on Slack whenever a new attachment is saved.
Okay.
You can add that to the Zap as well.
Okay, that is seriously cool. So I could be working on something else entirely, and suddenly,
Yeah.
boom, new attachment saved, notification on Slack, I'm instantly in the loop.
Precisely. And that's just a taste of what Zapier can do.
Okay.
We'll be exploring even more powerful workflows later on.
Awesome. All right, so we've covered Zapier and gotten a glimpse of
Right.
what's next on our automation adventure.
Next, we're going to explore a tool that's been making waves in the content creation world, ChatGPT.
Okay.
Essentially, it's an AI writing assistant
Okay.
that can help you generate all sorts of content, from marketing copy to blog posts to even poetry.
Poetry. Okay, that's interesting, but not exactly what I'm focused on right now.
Sure.
Give me some practical examples of how ChatGPT can help a solopreneur like me.
So imagine you need to write product descriptions for your website,
Yeah.
or maybe craft some engaging social media posts, but you're feeling kind of uninspired.
Well,
Instead of staring at a blank screen for hours,
right.
you can feed ChatGPT some basic information about your product or topic, and it will generate a variety of different options for you to choose from.
So it's like having a brainstorming partner on demand.
Exactly.
One that never gets writer's block.
Exactly. And the more you use it, the better it gets at understanding your brand voice and tone.
Okay, now this is getting really interesting.
Right.
But isn't there a risk that all this AI-generated content will sound, well, robotic and impersonal?
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But the key is to use ChatGPT as a starting point, not a finished product.
Right.
It's a tool to help you overcome writer's block, generate ideas, and save time.
Okay.
But you still need to add your own unique voice and perspective
Got it.
to make the content truly resonate with your audience.
It makes sense. So it's like having a rough draft written for you, but you're still the editor-in-chief.
Precisely. And the beauty of ChatGPT is that it can help you create different types of content,
Yeah.
from short social media captions to long-form blog posts, all in a matter of minutes.
Okay. ChatGPT is definitely going on my list of tools to explore. Now, what about scheduling?
Okay. I feel like I spend way too much time going back and forth with clients, trying to find a meeting time that works for everyone.
Right.
Isn't there a way to automate that whole process?
There absolutely is.
Okay.
Calendly, combined with the power of AI assistance, can be a lifesaver for busy entrepreneurs.
Okay.
You set your availability preferences, and the AI can intelligently handle time zones,
Right.
prevent double booking, and even send automated reminders.
So no more endless email chains trying to nail down a meeting time.
No more endless email chains.
Sign me up.
Exactly. It lets you focus on the meeting itself,
Right.
not the logistics of scheduling it.
Okay, one last thing before we move on. CRM tools.
Sure.
I know they're important for managing customer relationships.
Right.
But I'm not sure where AI automation fits into the picture. Can you explain?
Yeah, CRMs like HubSpot and Pipedrive are becoming increasingly sophisticated
Okay.
with AI-powered features that can automate a lot of the heavy lifting.
Think about tasks like sending personalized email sequences based on customer behavior,
Okay.
automating follow-ups, or even managing your entire sales pipeline.
So instead of me trying to remember who needs a follow-up or what stage each lead is at in the sales process, the CRM can handle all of that for me automatically.
Exactly. It's like having a dedicated sales assistant
Okay.
who's always on top of things.
This is seriously blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Zapier, Make, ChatGPT, Calendly, plus AI assistants,
Right.
and now CRM tools.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, but in a good way.
Sure.
Before we dive deeper into each tool, can you give me a quick recap of the main benefits of AI automation for solopreneurs?
Absolutely. So the core benefits are saving you time,
Okay.
reducing errors,
Right.
and freeing you up to focus on the strategic parts of your business.
Okay.
Plus, you can create more consistent experiences for your clients and potentially even scale your business faster.
Okay, I'm feeling pumped. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually use these tools.
So ready to start automating my business.
Right.
All right, so we've got our toolbox full of all these AI automation tools.
Yeah.
Now let's get down to business and see how they actually work in action.
Right.
Can we walk through some real-world examples of how these tools can be, like, combined
Sure.
to create those powerful workflows?
Absolutely. Let's start with something every solopreneur needs, like a seamless lead management system.
Okay.
Imagine you're offering a free ebook on your website
Right.
to attract potential clients.
Okay. Pretty standard stuff for building an email list.
Right.
How can AI help me manage that process more efficiently?
So instead of manually transferring data and sending emails, we can create an automated workflow
Okay.
using Zapier, Google Sheets, and your email marketing platform, let's say MailChimp.
Okay.
So here's how it works. Someone fills out a form on your website to download the ebook.
Right.
Zapier swings into action, instantly adding their information to a Google Sheet for organized record keeping.
And simultaneously, Zapier triggers MailChimp to automatically send a personalized welcome email with a link to download the ebook.
Wow, so it's like having a virtual assistant working behind the scenes, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Exactly.
No more late-night data entry for me.
No more late-night data entry.
And think about the benefits for the leads too, right?
Yeah.
They're getting instant access to the ebook.
Exactly.
And that personalized welcome email makes them feel valued right from the start.
Yeah, it's all about creating a positive experience that
Yeah.
encourages them to stick around.
Okay, I'm seeing the light here. This is way more efficient
Right.
and professional than my current system of, well, hoping I remember to check my forms
Right.
and send out emails. Okay, what about social media?
Sure.
I know consistency is key,
Yes.
but finding the time to create and schedule posts is a constant struggle.
Yeah, that's where the magic trio of Buffer, Canva, and ChatGPT comes in.
Okay.
Let's say you want to plan a week's worth of engaging social media content. You can start by using ChatGPT to generate captivating captions related to your industry.
Okay.
So you just feed it some keywords or topic ideas.
Right.
And it will spit out a variety of different options for you to choose from.
So instead of staring at a blank screen trying to come up with something witty, I can have ChatGPT do the heavy lifting for me.
Exactly.
I like it.
And then to make those posts visually appealing,
Right.
we bring in Canva.
Okay.
Canva makes it super easy to create eye-catching graphics, even if you don't have any design skills.
Oh, yeah. Canva is my go-to for quick and easy design.
Awesome.
So ChatGPT writes the captions. Canva creates the visuals.
Yeah.
What does Buffer do?
So Buffer comes in to handle the scheduling
Okay.
and make sure your content gets seen by the right people at the right time.
Right.
You can load all your posts into Buffer,
Okay.
and it will automatically distribute them across all your social media platforms at the optimal times for engagement.
So I can literally set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
No more scrambling to pay something at the last minute.
Exactly. With this workflow, you're creating a consistent social media presence
Right.
without having to be glued to your phone all day long.
Okay, this is seriously changing the game for me.
Yeah.
What about e-commerce.
Okay.
There's so many moving parts involved in like managing an online store,
Right.
processing orders, tracking inventory,
Right.
keeping customers informed. It can feel like a never-ending cycle.
It can. That's where a powerful tool like Make can really shine.
Okay.
Remember, Make is designed to handle more complex workflows
Right.
with multiple steps and conditions.
Got it.
So let's imagine you have a Shopify store.
Okay.
When a customer places an order, you could set up a Make scenario that automatically does the following.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, Makes can pull the order details from Shopify and instantly generate a packing slip and shipping label.
No, that's already saving me a ton of time.
Right.
What else?
Next, it can trigger an email notification to the customer, confirming their order and providing tracking information.
So my customers are happy because they're getting proactive updates.
Yes.
And I'm happy because I don't have to manually send out those emails.
Exactly, and to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Right.
It can also update your inventory levels in real time
Okay.
and even notify you if any items are running low.
So no more embarrassing out-of-stock messages to customers.
Exactly.
That's a huge relief.
And to keep everyone on your team in the loop, Make can also send notifications to a dedicated Slack channel
Okay.
whenever a new order comes in or a shipment goes out.
So it's like having a centralized command center.
It is.
For my entire e-commerce operation, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask, are there any real-world success stories of solopreneurs using these tools
Oh, tons.
to achieve amazing results?
Absolutely. I could share stories all day long. For instance, there's a digital marketer who was drowning in client onboarding tasks.
Okay.
By using Zapier, they automated their entire onboarding process, saving over 10 hours a week.
10 hours a week. That's a significant chunk of time reclaimed.
Huge, yeah, and freeing up time to focus on client strategy.
Right. What about some other examples?
Sure, there's an e-commerce store owner who was struggling to keep up with order fulfillment.
Okay.
By using Make, they automated everything from printing shipping labels to sending tracking notifications.
Right.
And cut their fulfillment time in half.
Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah,
Automation equals freedom.
it does.
Freedom from tedious tasks,
Yeah.
freedom to focus on what matters,
Yes.
freedom to actually have a life outside of work.
Exactly. These tools aren't just about efficiency. They're about empowering solopreneurs to build more sustainable and fulfilling businesses.
Right. Okay, before we wrap up this section, I have to ask about the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Challenges.
Sure.
What are some potential pitfalls that solopreneurs should be aware of when implementing AI automation?
That's a great question. So the biggest challenge is often the initial learning curve.
Yeah.
Some tools, like Make, can be a bit more complex to set up. But remember, both Zapier and Make have tons of pre-built templates
Okay.
and tutorials to help you get started.
Got it.
So start with a simple workflow,
Right.
get comfortable with the logic, and then gradually build from there.
So don't try to automate my entire business overnight.
No.
Baby steps, right?
AB steps, exactly. Another common pitfall is over-automating.
Okay.
It's tempting to want to automate everything.
Right.
But if you haven't clearly defined your processes
Right.
and optimized them for efficiency, automation can actually create more problems than it solves.
Right. So garbage in, garbage out, as we said before.
Exactly.
Any other words of wisdom to help us avoid automation headaches?
Always test your automations thoroughly before you unleash them on the world.
Okay.
Start with a small test batch.
Right.
Make sure everything is working as expected,
Got it.
and then gradually roll it out to your entire system.
That's a great tip. Anything else?
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Right.
There are tons of online communities, forums, and even dedicated automation experts who can guide you through the process.
Yeah.
Remember, you don't have to figure this all out on your own.
That's reassuring. I'm feeling way more confident about diving into the world of AI automation.
Good.
Okay, so we've explored some real-world workflows. We've talked about potential challenges.
Right.
What's next on our automation journey? Right, we've seen the power of AI automation in action with those workflow examples, and I'm definitely ready to start implementing some of these ideas in my own business.
Awesome.
But before we wrap up, I'd love to hear more about those real-world success stories that you mentioned.
Sure.
The ones where like solopreneurs like me are using these tools to achieve incredible results.
Yeah, so I've got a great one for you.
Okay.
Let's talk about Maria, a freelance graphic designer who was feeling super overwhelmed by the administrative side of her business. She was spending hours each week on tasks like sending invoices, tracking expenses,
Right.
managing client communication.
Ugh, yeah. The struggle is real when you're trying to juggle everything.
Totally.
As a solopreneur.
Yeah.
So how did Maria turn things around?
Well, she decided to give Zapier a try
Okay.
and started by automating her invoicing process.
Right.
So she connected Zapier to her accounting software and her email.
Right.
So whenever she completed a project, an invoice was automatically generated and sent to the client.
Okay, that's already a huge time saver.
Right.
What else did she automate?
She also set up a system to track her income and expenses in a Google Sheet,
Okay.
so she could see her financial health at a glance.
Right.
And to streamline her client communication,
Yeah.
she created automated email sequences to welcome new clients, send project updates, and request feedback.
So she basically created a virtual assistant to handle all that, like, tedious admin work. That's genius.
Exactly. And the best part is,
Yeah.
it freed up her time and mental energy to focus on what she loves, designing.
Right.
She was able to take on more clients, do her best creative work,
Yeah.
and even carve out more time for herself.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Automation isn't just about efficiency.
Right.
It's about creating a more balanced
Absolutely.
and fulfilling work life.
Yeah.
Okay. What about another success story? I'm craving more inspiration.
All right, let's jump into the e-commerce world.
Okay.
Meet James, the owner of an online store selling handmade jewelry.
Okay.
James was facing a challenge familiar to many e-commerce entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Order fulfillment was taking over his life.
Right.
He was spending hours each day packaging orders, printing shipping labels, and manually updating his inventory.
I can only imagine.
It was exhausting and unsustainable.
So how did James break free from the fulfillment frenzy?
Well, he decided to take the plunge and implement Make
Okay.
to automate his entire fulfillment process.
Right.
He integrated his Shopify store with his shipping provider and his inventory management system,
Okay.
creating this seamless flow from order to shipment.
Okay, walk me through how that works in practice.
Sure, whenever a new order came in through Shopify,
Right.
Make would automatically generate a packing slip, print a shipping label, and even send a notification to the customer with tracking information, all without James having to lift a finger.
Wow, that's next level efficiency.
Yeah.
What about inventory management?
Make and handled that too.
Okay.
It would automatically deduct the sold items from his inventory
Right.
and even send him alerts if any items were running low,
Okay.
so he could restock before running out.
So no more late night trips to the post office or panicked inventory checks.
No more.
James must have been thrilled.
Oh, absolutely. He was able to reclaim hours of his time,
Yeah.
reduce errors, and focus on growing his business, all thanks to the power of automation.
These stories are so inspiring. It's amazing to see how solopreneurs are using these tools
Yeah.
to transform their businesses and their lives.
Yeah.
Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive into AI automation,
Sure.
what's the most important takeaway that you want our listeners to remember?
Well, the key takeaway is that AI automation is no longer a futuristic concept.
Right. It's a practical and accessible tool that can empower solopreneurs to achieve incredible things.
Okay.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
I love that.
It's about freeing yourself from the mundane
Yeah.
and making space for the work that truly matters.
So to all our amazing listeners out there, don't be intimidated by AI.
Yeah.
Embrace it as your partner in entrepreneurship.
Exactly. And remember, the journey of automation is all about experimentation,
Okay.
learning, and finding the tools and workflows that work best for you
Right.
and your unique business.
That's a fantastic note to end on.
Yeah.
So to all our listeners, we encourage you to explore the tools that we've discussed today.
Yeah.
Start small and see what magic you can create with AI automation.
Absolutely.
That's a wrap on this deep dive.
That's a wrap.
We hope you found it valuable and inspiring.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep learning,
Keep learning.
keep innovating,
Keep innovating.
keep automating.
And keep automating.